All right, I'm lucky to be joined by both of the senior varsity captains of the girls varsity hockey squad. We have Makayla, Doherty, and Shea here with me today for an interview. How you both doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm very thankful for both of you. Thank you for joining me here today for this quick interview we have. Leading into the playoff season, the girls are actually facing off tomorrow, Wednesday, against Wakefield at home in their playoff opener at 6 p.m. Make sure to check it out live on ACMi Sports. We'll have information tomorrow with links and et cetera being sent out to everybody. But without further ado, let's dive into the question, kind of recapping the season. So you both have been leaders in the locker room for a lot of your time on the team, as you guys were both junior captains last year and now senior captains this year. How have you grown as leaders, and what have you learned from other captains before you?
Yeah, sure. I can start with this one. I think one major thing over the years that we've grown is trying to work on that team dynamic. It's been a journey throughout the years. We started out with a very separated team, I would say. And throughout the year, it's been tough this year, obviously, with locker rooms. But we've definitely become more of a team as it's gone through, which is awesome. Makayla?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I really have watched kind of the other captains who have been before us, their leadership styles and how they kind of present themselves, talking to the team. We've had so many great captains that we've been lucky to play underneath, and we've learned so much from them. And we're just thankful to be a part of leading the team, and we love doing it every day.
Yeah, definitely. And like Shea, you said before, this year's definitely been a weird season. So despite the experience that you had last year and this year, nobody was really prepared for how this season was going to play out. What were some of the challenges of trying to have a leadership role in such a weird season?
Makayla, you can start this one.
I think the main thing that's really tough is since we don't have locker rooms, it's harder to speak with the team as a whole, and then also kind of recapping after the periods or after the game with our coaches. I think that was definitely challenging. And just also, we have a very young team, so getting to know the other girls has been challenging. Both years, we've had a very young team. So it's definitely an adjustment, but I think the girls have handled it really well, and it's gone pretty smoothly, which is great.
Yeah, I think as Makayla said, those moments of talking and communicating to get to know people that we usually take for granted in just the conversations you have in the locker room or at team dinners, whatever it is, we miss out on. So we've had to do a lot more intentional getting to know people. And as she was saying, like, there's no locker room in between periods. So we've had to make do with whatever space we have to talk.
Yeah, definitely. And this year, despite the weird structure of the year and everything like that, you guys have had an extremely successful season. What do you think has been your high point of the season thus far going into the playoffs?
So I think our past couple games against Belmont have been a lot of fun. We've been able to move the puck a lot and take advantage of the offensive space that we've been having, because even though we've had some great games in the past, the Belmont games, we've been able to move the puck around a lot, which has been fun to see. And it's a proud moment for me to watch our team pass around.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Belmont, both games, we played very well. They have a great goalie, obviously, and I think we really were clicking from goalie all the way up to the forwards and just really playing as a team, which is great. I think the other game that's always kind of in the back of my head is the Woburn game. Woburn's a great team. They always work hard. Every single year we've played against them, they're very talented, and to come out with a win against them was great. And I think that and Belmont were probably my two favorite games of the year for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Both of those games are extremely fun to watch, as well as probably as much as fun to play. But along with all these highs, you guys had some lows this year, hit with COVID protocols. You guys had a couple of games postponed and et cetera, like you've talked about in the past, not having to be able to have as much time in the locker room working as a team off the ice. But despite this, how do you think you kind of overcame some of these challenges and worked around some of these weird guidelines put in place because of COVID?
I think we just really wanted to make sure the girls knew how much we supported them, and we kind of had team camaraderie and reached out to them when they needed it and sent lots of videos and everything if they needed help with certain plays that we were doing and just learning the game. And Coach Jeff is very key and is very focused on trying to get us to know like of the ins and outs of the game. So in the defensive zone and everything. So I think just making sure girls know they can come to us if they have questions and know that we always have their back, I think is a big part for sure.
Yeah, we've been trying to keep communication lines open for sure. Especially we were shut down for a couple of weeks because of COVID cases, COVID positive. And that's scary for sure to have. It was a hectic couple of weeks to have people test positive, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's not healthy to place blame anywhere. So I think keeping that communication open and creating a supportive environment where people can come forward and say they tested positive is really key.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys finished off the year yesterday with a huge win against Belmont at home to finish off the regular season with an undefeated record. What do you think is the most important thing you're going to have to do to keep playing at this high level as you enter the playoffs?
I think we have a very strong defensive line. Our goalie's phenomenal. So for us, it's going to be getting creative in the offensive zone and scoring, especially against teams like Belmont, who have a great, who can shut us down. We were able to break through, but I give credit to their goalie, Bridget Gray. She's really good. So if we can get creative and move the puck around, I think that'll be our biggest asset.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we keep in the offensive zone, moving the puck and passing to one another, and we did a lot of cycling against Belmont, which seemed to work really well, and then incorporating the D and passing it back to them to get shots through and screening the goalie, I think the little gritty things that we have to do in a hockey game will help us win and go far. So I think those are really important, as well as the passing and smart defensive zone play, which we've struggled with at times during the season, but I think it's definitely improved, which is great.
Yeah, definitely. And best of luck to you both. Like I said at the start of the interview, both of the girls are at home tomorrow with their team at Eddie Burns Arena at 6:00 versus Wakefield. You can check it out live on ACMi Sports tomorrow. So best of luck to you both in your playoff run. And once again, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.